Question: what is your take on tributes read to the dead during funeral service, since they do address the dead directly? When I see somebody talking to the dead, one possibility is that he's actually a Christian tied up with ancestral worship. Because in traditional religion, the dead don't die; they are still around. That's why you don't begin. If you read the book of by David Beatty, Professor David Beatty, on African religion and philosophies, you don't begin a meeting or a ceremony without pouring a little wine to the ground, so that because they are participating. So basically, the possibility is when you see, although he may be a bishop or a pastor, he deep down in himself, he's actually tied to ancestral worship. But the other possibility is that he has no idea what he's doing. Remember, the Catholics uh, are the majority, bigger than any other denomination in Kenya. And so it's possible that because for them, the dead are not dead. That's why they are saints, and they pray through those saints. Instead of praying to Jesus, they pray through saints. For them, they are actually conscious that their dead body is alive. And so it's very possible that this person talking has a Catholic background, but never stopped understanding and critiquing what it is he does. So he does it. When you when you see people writing in the newspaper RIP, which of course has that Catholic background, rest in peace, praying for a dead person, yet the scriptures clearly say it's appointed that a man wants to die after that judgment. There is no purgatory, there is no place for praying for a dead person or talking to a dead person. For it's appointed for everyone. Once they die, they are no longer at a place you can pray for them. It's a waste of prayer to talk to dead people or pray for them. So it may be that Catholic background. But thirdly, it may simply be total ignorance, because the church is not teaching the ATR issues. In other words, even when a person goes to Bible school, they learn ATR, but they do not approach it as a critique. What does the Bible say about each of the customs? That's not what they are going. They are learning how Africans worshipped. You need a different course that would say, if that is the way they worship, once you become a Christian, how do you deal with each one of those items? So there may be a level of ignorance. So if you're asking what is my take is anybody who is listening to me will no longer talk like that. So you will no longer hear the language we are escorting. You can't escort a dead body. The person who lived there left. He is with the Lord already. So you are too late to escort him. So you cannot talk about escorting a dead body as if you are escorting the person who lived in that dead body and he died 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. So that language of escort will be out. There will be no tribute that talk to the dead. The tribute will be about the dead. You can talk about how your father, you are telling the people, you're not talking to the dead, you are telling the people why you are so grateful for the life of your father, talking about the things he did for you, and you are thanking God for them. You are talking to people in order to honor God. You are not talking to the dead body. So the tribute will be in the third person. You are not talking about, you are talking about he, what he did, not you. And so that language will be a language that dies. You also not show respect to the dead. You can't show respect to a dead body. The person left. If you wanted to show respect, you should have showed respect to the person before they died. So what the funeral about? The funeral is a very important thing. The word of God tells us, mourn with those who mourn. And although the person will be a Christian and has gone to heaven, their absence is real. And we need to cry with the children and with the spouse who have been left behind. So the funeral process is a mourning process where we join them in thanking God about the life of the person who left a few days ago or a few weeks ago, And then number two, helping them to get closure. That for sure the person is gone. How do we move on from here? That's what the funeral is all about. The funeral is never about the dead body. Even if you refuse to bury the body, it will not affect the dead person. He is already in a good place. If he is saved, he is rejoicing with the Lord. What you do is not about the person who left, it's about his family, because the scriptures tell us to mourn with them. And when you understand it that way, then we'll go through the whole mourning process, concentrating on the living. And anything you say must be something that will benefit, that will encourage, that will help the mourning process, that will help with the closure for the ones that are living.